Hi, I'm Kate Cohen. I'm here with Team Juggernaut. Today we're going to be training. I will be working on squats, I'll bench, and then I'll do some accessory work.
Hi, I'm Carlos Moran of Team Juggernaut, and today we're going to be doing some squats and bench.
Hey, Brandon Campbell Diamond here in my home state of Rhode Island with Team Juggernaut. Maybe some bench, maybe some squat. I don't know, might get a little crazy. Let's get after it.
So I've been dealing with some knee pain, and high bar hasn't been an issue, so I'm going to continue doing my meet prep for a meet in April, tentatively speaking. And as long as everything's doing well, we're going to keep pushing it today. So we're going to switch over to high bar, which is one of the good things about the app is like if you're not feeling well, if a certain movement isn't productive, you can always switch to a similar movement that you can still get the most out of your training, even if you're not at 100%.
So today I'm looking to get around 115 kilos or about 253 pounds. I'm going to try to go for 5 sets of 3-ish, so we'll see how everything turns out. Dealing with a little bit of an injury, so I'm just kind of taking it in strides right now. But everything so far is feeling pretty good, so you know, I'm hopeful for the rest of this training session.
So sitting here getting ready to bench after squatting, one of the things I really like about the app is the fact that when I have like a top set, I actually have a built-in warm-up calculator. All too often I worry about, what jump should I make, what should I do? And also, is my top set actually going to be a top set, especially if it's RPE based? So the app lets you actually warm up appropriately, and depending on how your last few warm-ups go, it'll suggest what working weight to actually use.
The plan today is to do this for a top triple with high bar squatting. I occasionally pause at the bottom, which is a really bad habit. So one of the things that I ask my training partners to do is to make sure that I get out of the hole as soon as I get down there. Otherwise, I'll accidentally stay there for a lot longer than I need to, and that's one of the bad habits that I need to work on. High bar forces me to not do that as badly because if I pitch forward, game over. But we're gonna get a couple side spotters. I'm gonna hit this, and then we're gonna have a few back off sets of 3. But yeah, but this is about 275 kilo, which is 617 pounds. So roughly, so I think it's no, this isn't 275, this is 280. I keep forgetting that the bar is 25 kilos, so it's 617, 280 kilo. That's the plan today.
So this is my top set right now with 115 kilos or 253 pounds. So right now I'm going for a triple, and then my focus right now is to really get tight at the start, really brace into my core as opposed to my shoulders. Be patient. So when I'm under these more heavy loads, I really like to visualize the judges in front of me, really me being in the competition mindset, in the competition setting. That way I remember not to rush my start, and then kind of try to go to depth and pop out of the hole as best I can. So that's the goal right now. We'll see how it goes.
Woo! Steady, take your time, take your time, take your time. Got all the time in the world. Beautiful. Nice. Nice. In and down.
All right, so the goal for today was 115 kilos for 3. Once I put that in the app, it actually was feeling really good, so it shot me up about 5 kilos. So I just took 120 for 3, and again, that felt really good. So I put that in as about a 7 RPE. I could have done a little bit more. So really happy with how squats ended for today, and we'll go on to dumbbell bench pressing in just a second.
So one of the favorite and least favorite things that I like about the AI app is the accountability with the rest periods. Normally I would take 10 to 15 minutes in between sets if I let myself go without it. But because the RPE is supposed to be between 7 and 8 today on all my work, the rest periods for the app is supposed to be 3 minutes. And that's definitely testing me every single time I do my heavy squat bench accessory today, which is today. Because right now I'm dying doing triples with high bar squats today. And having to do it after 3 minutes consecutively, not only does it help build your cardiovascular health, but it really helps build your work capacity. So when you're at a meet, you feel like the most in shape person that you can do, 21 attempts instead of 9, which is cool. But the hard thing about training this way is that you have to stay disciplined. Otherwise the training doesn't work as well. That's for damn sure.
So now we'll move on to accessories, and one of the things I really like about the JuggernautAI app is the freedom of choice. So it just outlines what body part you're supposed to train, like biceps, triceps, shoulders, and whether you're training at home with limited access to equipment, or you're in a nice fully facilitated gym like this, you have a long list of exercises and equipment to choose from. This way, if you're short on equipment at home, you can still make sure you get the training in necessary, or if you're traveling and want to experiment with new pieces of equipment, it gives you that affordability as well.
So after doing high bar squats today as my main movement, I'm gonna follow this up with 2 board press. A lot of the questions that I get surrounding board pressing is when do I actually put the board in the bar? So I actually like to do all my warm-ups full range of motion whenever possible, because usually with 2 board press during a prep cycle for myself is usually with some maximal weight. So it is a weight that I can generally do full range, but the idea is to work on the sticking point of lockout, which is where my issue is with bench. So that being said, when it's sub-maximal weights as opposed to super maximal weights, I try to do everything full range and then add the board for my first work set and then kind of go from there. That way I get the benefit of working on my lockout strength, but still maintaining technique and skill throughout the warm-ups, because I don't want to change anything other than the height of where the bar is going to be touching. So that being said, I'm going to warm up full range, add the board, and then depending on how it feels, we're going to stick more with the RPE as opposed to the percentage. I know for myself, I can go a little bit heavier on board pressing because of the way that I'm built. Obviously everyone is different, but I would advise most lifters using the AI app program that when it comes to board pressing, try to go with RPE as opposed to what the percentages are. They're a good start off point, but I do implore you to go by feel with these because they do kind of fluctuate a lot in terms of how you're feeling for any given day.
So the really nice thing about the JuggernautAI app is that it challenges you beyond what you think you could do, especially for the accessory work. So if I see 4 sets of 12s for split squats, my instant reaction is to kind of doubt myself. But as soon as I see a number, and it kind of holds me accountable for those sets and those reps that I need to achieve for the day. So as I get going, you know, it just becomes a little bit easier to move through the pattern of challenging myself, and that kind of becomes the theme for the entire day. So love that about the app. It holds me accountable. It makes me push myself, so it could make you push yourself too.
So one of the things that I hear from some people is that they're concerned the training takes too long. One of the things I really like to do to expedite that is make sure I superset in some of my accessories. They're typically a little bit lighter, more for volume and alternating muscle groups. So supersetting in biceps and triceps can work really well. Or like Carlos mentioned, the timer feature can really help on your work capacity, but if you're in a really quick bind for time, set some actual timers there and make sure you're getting through your training efficiently as possible.
Thank you. 100 kilos, which is 441. And like I said, the app had me go from like 167.5 to 190 kilo, but I was going everything on RPE today. So I want to keep it at most a 7. And that felt more like a 6.5 more than a 7. But that being said, this is far beyond what the app suggested for capacity. But like I was saying before, I like to go up by feel on RPE because usually I get a lot out of my 2-board press work. So I'm very happy where this is right now, because this is right around peak strength for myself on bench press. Usually when I can hit 200 kilos per reps on 2-board, I'm already above 500 pounds full range of motion just with the nature of the volume work that I do on benching. So, and I'm in a pretty good spot, especially after doing all that high bar work, because that's also very intense on my shoulders. So that being said, today was a successful day on the main movements, and now we're going to be doing some accessory work.